see.
Hey guys, it's the Horror Junkies of Utah coming at you today to talk about the classic Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 1974 original version, not the remake, not the next generation, none of that stuff, but the classic horror movie that started it all. You know, the one person in our group that really loves this movie is sitting right here. I think we all like it, but this guy's like obsessed. So, Eddie, tell us why you love this movie so much.
It was my first big introduction into horror movies. I was always that stable in my life all the way through my childhood. It was the first horror movie I ever saw. Gunnar Hansen as Leatherface is my hero.
Yeah.
I own 7 different editions of this movie. People call me crazy, nutty for it, but I love it.
I always give him shit. There's another version. You're going to have to pick it up. Bye.
But overall, it's just a great memory of my childhood. It's my favorite movie of all time.
Out of all the versions you own, I know they've done like the 4K digital transfer.
4K transfer.
All the way from VHS. What's your favorite? Visual-wise.
Visual-wise, I'd have to go with the VHS because it's the gritty look. If you watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's the best way to watch it on VHS. The 4K is cool, but I love that grittiness of the old VHS.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Tracy, what do you think of this movie? What is your initial reaction?
So it's pretty interesting. Very, very different kind of a movie. Kind of brought in the slasher kind of a thing. So I enjoyed that factor. Interesting fact, in the very beginning when that guy is reading off what happened or whatever, according to John Larroquette, that's his name, he was paid in a marijuana joint.
It's sad but true.
It was the 70s, man, so...
I actually read the Texas Chainsaw Confidential.
Chainsaw Confidential.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
By the late Gunnar Hansen. Sad to lose him. Really sucks, but... And they also talk about that on the house they were filming on. It's actually, there was like a marijuana grow field in the back. Mm-hmm. And they're all like, the cops are supposed to come out today and inspect our scene and everything. We got this is a problem. But right down to it, this whole movie is just really gritty, really independent.
Yeah.
Cheap.
And I love how it plays with your mind. Like, you think you've seen a very intense, gory, bloody film where there's hardly any gore, hardly any blood. It just plays with your mind. It leads your senses onto thinking that you've watched something incredibly brutal.
It does, and literally the gore in this film is almost non-existent. Yeah. I can only think of the one scene, where he cuts his hand and that. There's a couple things, but not much blood and gore. Yeah. And they were actually going for a PG rating when they made it, but they didn't get it thanks to the MPA.
Well, and despite it being the obvious title, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, only one person is killed by a chainsaw, and I'm glad it was Franklin. That guy drove me nuts.
Yeah, Franklin, he's just that annoying little brother that you just hate.
But it's funny because that's what the movie's called, but only one person really gets killed by it.
It's true. And I love that you bring up Franklin because he was, I don't know the exact terminology for it, but when an actor won't break character, like Johnny Depp does it all the time on his films, I think.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But so, even in his offset stuff, he played the Franklin character.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't go out of character.
Yeah, he drove the cast and crew nuts. They hated him. Mm-hmm. And I think Gunnar Hansen says in the book, he's like, I was so glad when I killed him. Because I knew he would not be on set anymore and we could just get rid of him. But, there was a lot of turmoil filming this movie.
There was, when I personally was able to talk Gunnar Hansen one-on-one for well over an hour, it was actually pretty cool. He was talking about how when he gets hit in the head, And when he falls and the chainsaw lands on his leg, they actually had a piece of metal on his leg, and the meat, and the chainsaw actually cut through the meat and was hitting the plate and got so hot he got burns from it.
That's crazy.
So, it was pretty cool meeting him and talk with him.
I met him too a long time ago back at Rocky Point Haunted House when that still existed. I don't know.
Yeah.
You've been there. Did you ever go to that one?
No, and I never met Gunnar Hansen, so I'm out of the group.
I met Gunnar Hansen at a horror convention that wasn't really big in Utah, and it was only a couple people around, so I actually was able to spend some time with him. It was awesome.
He's a really humble guy, really down to earth, and it sucks that we lost him.
Definitely.
What was your guys' favorite death scene in this film?
I was gonna say something. He's a method actor. That's what they call him. I'm like, that was gonna bug me if I couldn't think of it.
Yeah, there you go. He just doesn't break.
Method actor. Okay.
Probably my favorite kill would have to be. Oh, there's so many great ones. Probably the Franklin one. That was pretty
in the
cool.
wheelchair.
I like how it was shot. I liked how they just gave the illusion to it and everything. It was really cool how they did that. Because, I mean, they could have went for gore and, did the butcher guts and stuff. So they just shot it very well.
Definitely. My favorite death scene, and this is going to sound weird, but it's the Hitcher man.
Oh.
Yeah, he gets ran over. The black mom.
I was actually happy about that one too.
He just gets ran over by that semi. Just like, oh shit.
My favorite death scene is probably the meat hook.
Oh,
yeah, the meat hook's really good.
She doesn't really die on the meat hook, right?
Yeah, because she gets
put in the
so,
freezer.
but I like how it kind of makes you think she's gonna die on the meat hook.
I definitely think. I mean, we see that, and it's just, like that sends shivers down my spine just thinking about it.
And you know what's another interesting fact about this movie is they actually cut Sally's finger. That isn't fake blood.
They did.
Oh yeah, they did.
And the story behind that is they had that tube or whatever, and it just would not work. And we got to think they're shooting on scene in this old farmhouse.
It's hot as hell.
110 degrees. Gunnar Hansen is
burning up.
Yeah. And he was just like, fuck it. I'm getting this done. Cuts her finger right open, and she went along with it because she thought he screwed up and didn't cut her on purpose. And then it was years later during a convention that they were both at. He was like, I really cut you. And he hated him for a while. He says that as
that whole dinner scene was intense.
It was, where it's going in on her eyes.
Oh my gosh,
just her losing her.
She has gorgeous eyes. I could not get over how beautiful her eyes were.
But the terror in it is so real.
It's very real, but I was so captivated by the beauty of her eyes. I thought that they were gorgeous. But a really cool thing, how you guys were talking about like the finger cutting and how they kind of went with that. When Sally's getting chased like through the woods and stuff by Leatherface, like all the tree branches and stuff, they were actually cutting her up. Yeah. So a lot of the blood that's on her, it's her actual blood.
Yeah, well, Gunnar Hansen had a close call in the woods too. He trips and the damn chainsaw goes up in there and lands
he was wearing heels. He was wearing like platforms.
Yeah, because he was already tall, and they wanted to make him even taller. And that's another interesting thing. His whole costume is so designed that it's out there because like the teeth, they're actually like baby teeth.
They were like prosthetics, like specifically made for Gunnar Hansen by his dentist.
Yeah, and they were originally going with like fangs or something. They were going to do like scary fangs.
I'm glad they did.
And the dentist was like, the dentist actually did this, and he's like, no, let's do baby teeth. That'll be creepy. That'll be scary. Let's do that. Yeah. And that whole scene after, he realizes, okay, I got everybody that's around my house, and he's sitting down, kind of losing himself a little bit, and then it like zooms in on his face. He's like playing with his teeth. But the other interesting thing that I think just would drive me crazy, they would not let him wash his outfit.
Oh.
So by the end of the film, they were so afraid he would screw something up and it wouldn't look accurate on film. Yeah. and they couldn't find it again, so they would not let him wash anything. So he reeked like no shower, just the worst smell ever.
Well, apparently that dinner scene was totally unbearable.
Oh,
Because it was 100-degree heat. It was like the smells and everything. The hitchhiker guy, I guess, was saying that was his worst experience, and he went through Vietnam. So he said that was like the worst experience he's ever had.
Oh, I don't doubt it. What was your favorite character in the film?
Mine's Leatherface. If I didn't have to say Leatherface, then I would say I really enjoyed the hitchhiker. The hitchhiker was pretty interesting, and just how he acted and everything.
It was. What about you?
Sally. I love
Marilyn Burns.
I love Marilyn Burns. I love a strong female lead. I like Sally a lot.
I have to go with the cook, man. I love how he's kind of nice and then not. Like, he's where we got Leatherface and his brother, the hitchhiker, and they're just, totally gone. We got the cook where
he's
the scene where Sally breaks in and he starts hitting her with the broom.
Oh my gosh!
You can see at first he's like,
with the broom.
but he doesn't like it at first. He's like, and he's like, this is actually
I kind of like hitting you with the broom.
And then he's just like, I don't take no pleasure in killing. But it's just his character had such good dialogue.
He has a lot of shit to deal with. He has to deal with the hitchhiker. He has to deal with Leatherface. It's like, what did you do to the door?
Oh, you come here! I'll get you! But I mean, this is a classic movie.
Oh, yeah.
You were saying something interesting that it took second in scariest horror movie rated by...
Oh yeah, I guess it was rated the second scariest horror film ever made behind The Exorcist. I thought that was kind of interesting.
I personally don't find this movie scary at all anymore. When I was a kid, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
But then again, if I think about it, in reality, it would be kind of like a real scary... real situation.
Oh yeah, my mom was terrified to get out of her car going to see this at the drive-in. She didn't want to get out of her car.
Well, I mean, and you think about it, so we got like Michael Myers, Jason, and Freddy, who are all like immortal, I guess you would say. They get shot. But Leatherface is just a guy and a crazy guy, but I don't know, I wouldn't want, out of any of them, I wouldn't want to run into him in every haunted house. They always have a Leatherface at the very end because it's just.
And he's the only one that runs. Chasing Sally down the road.
He's real. He's like, I don't walk, bitch. I gotta run. I gotta catch these people. Any final thoughts on this?
Can we say our favorite scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say our favorite scene.
I'll go first.
Okay.
My favorite scene is when it shows, I believe her name's Pam, when she gets up off of the
swing set. Yeah.
Phenomenal that shot that they get of her standing up and walking towards the house, and it goes, you said that they lifted up the swing?
So, this scene is like highly praised and everything.
It's very recognizable.
And in the cinematography business, everyone's like, that scene is amazing. And in the book that Gunnar Hansen wrote, does like a discussion with the cinematographer on it, and he's like, so, everyone thinks this is an amazing scene. Explain how you did it. He's like, we had two guys sit on the side of the bench and they lifted it up as soon as she got off, and they were on such a tight budget that they couldn't afford enough dolly track to get to the house. So as they're running the dolly, crew members are literally running track in front. So they were like, it was really tough, and I don't know how we got it on such a low budget, but then you look at it and it came out perfect.
Yeah,
that is phenomenal, top notch. It
is awesome. And the house seems to have a character in itself because it just grows and comes right into view. That's an awesome scene. I do love that scene.
My favorite scene is where Leatherface grabs the girl right out of the door and pulls her back in.
And just boom!
That's my favorite scene. I love that scene.
Yeah, that's a classic one too.
What's your favorite scene?
Between those two, I really like those two scenes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really love. I I love when the guy gets out of the truck and throws the wrench at Leatherface. Nails.
Like he's not gonna save him.
Just like
Throws a big pipe wrench at him.
That was epic, but
Yeah.
probably my favorite scene of the whole movie is the very end chainsaw dance scene.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
he's just going crazy and
Oh, yeah.
chainsaws in the air, and I wouldn't even want to film that. Like, like
Yeah.
flinging this chainsaw around. Anything else we can say about this film? Got any crazy facts for us? Anything like that?
I have one more little
Okay.
tidbit that I can think of. So when Kirk is his name, right? And Pam are walking past that big generator or
Yeah.
whatever, it says Wisconsin on it. I don't know if you noticed that. And since the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is kind of loosely based on Ed Gein, he was from Plainfield, Wisconsin.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So I thought that was a really cool
Yeah.
little thing that they threw in there.
You know what's funny is people still believe to this day that this movie
Oh, yeah.
is like not
Like an
loosely
urban
based
legend
on
and stuff.
anything. They're like, no, that really happened.
No.
Like, you got to know that.
Like people always thought, like, the first opening when they flashed those scenes, they actually thought
Like
those
that
were
was
crime
real.
photos.
Well, and there's another interesting thing I don't think we mentioned is like the skeletons and stuff.
Yeah,
Those
they're
are
all
real.
Yeah.
It was
From
cheaper.
India.
Yeah, cheaper to get real skeletons from India than it
Yeah.
is to buy big prop
Plastic
ones.
ones.
Amazing. This whole movie's amazing,
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
I mean, just go watch it if you haven't seen it. If you have, I hope you enjoyed our little breakdown of it. Our intro, we had a fun time on doing that. So,
I had such a
What would
blast.
you guys rate this?
if I was to give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a rating, I would give it a solid 8.
Me, 10-10. Of
No,
course.
just you 20 over.
Yeah, 20, 40.
And he's gonna get a tattoo that says the saw.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'll give it a 6 to a 7.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I did like it, but I
But if it had Billy in it, she'd give it.
It had Billy in it.
Well,
Okay.
there's our little breakdown, guys. We are the Horror Junkies of Utah. Go ahead and like us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Throw your comments down below in the comments section. We'd love to hear what you think of the
Definitely.
videos. And go ahead and share this video. Give us a helping hand. We love you guys. I got,
Eddie?
Tracy.
and we will see you guys
See you
later.
later.
I'm
Bye.
Marcus. Have a great night.